How is it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beared Down Uncut, where we talk everything Bears every day of the week. We've got breaking news out of Hallis Hall. The Bears are naming Mitchell Trubisky the starting quarterback Sunday Night Football Week 12 against the Green Bay Packers. After 8 weeks of Nick Foles, Mitchell Trubisky will return. Some very big news today to break it down with you. I am joined with my co-host, Parth Shaw. My name, once again, is Chris Malpe. I am your host. Parth, how's it going, buddy?
Doing pretty good. We just recorded a video right before this, which is probably going to go up today as well, so you guys are going to get a double upload. But yeah, just grinding out some videos. Excited that Trubisky is a starter, and let's talk some Bears football.
Yeah, it feels good grinding again. This will go up on Wednesday night at probably 7 p.m. Central Time, and then we're going to put out another video, a podcast, Meet the Opponents, the Green Bay Packers, with a very special guest an hour later. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. But this news with Mitch is huge. Matt Nagy basically admitting that he's wrong. Is this going to be a permanent decision? We're not too sure. But Nick Foles has been struggling with that hip pointer. Mitch has taken the number one reps in practice so far, and he's going to suit up against Green Bay on Sunday in a game in which the Bears are playing for their season. They've lost 4 in a row. Definitely don't want that skid to increase to 5. So, Parth, I want to ask you, you're someone who is formerly Trubisky Nation. What are your thoughts on this news?
I'm excited. I think it's the best news I've heard in a couple of weeks as a Bears fan. It brings some hope. I think the offense could have a little bit of a different identity. I think we're going to be able to run the ball more. I think Trubisky himself will bring that big play ability to the offense. I think it's been a while since the Bears have gotten a big play. I think the last time we had a pretty good big play was week 3 against Atlanta. So I think with Trubisky back, I think that big play ability comes back, that running ability comes back, and then hopefully the defense could somehow spark from this. Last time I felt like the defense played a lot better against Atlanta when Nick Foles got put in. So I feel like it just brings a new spark to the team. It's Sunday night against the Packers. There's nothing better to lay it all out there for this game.
Yeah, I got to go ahead and agree with you. As much of a Nick Foles advocate as I've been, we've seen him struggle for quite a few weeks, and shout out to Foles. I mean, this might be because he's injured. This might be a permanent decision, but he's given it his all while he's been on his team. It just unfortunately hasn't worked out. We've seen the offense be bad for weeks. We know that the offense is probably going to struggle throughout the rest of the season. I don't expect this to make a 360 facelift by any means, but it's intriguing to me. We see Bill Lazor, who's going to continue to call the plays against Green Bay on Sunday. He's someone who likes to get RPOs going, get a lot of play action going. I think they're going to try and move Trubisky around a lot, but Parth, you mentioned it. This team needs a spark, and while Trubisky might not be the pretty option or the good option, I think a lot of fans of this team, including you and I, probably have our sights set on 2021 if this game does not go how we want it to in a win, and it seems impossible to do it against Green Bay. But you know what? I think this is a spark that hopefully can light a fire under this team, and maybe we can pull one out on Sunday night against the Packers. We've seen this team play Green Bay very tight since 2018. Say what you want, but this defense has been able to neutralize Aaron Rodgers and co. I hope Trubisky can provide some sort of spark on offense. We've seen Green Bay struggle at defending the run. David Montgomery back. He'll come back off concussion protocol. Mitchell Trubisky, obviously, is back in there. And the thing that's intriguing to me about him is that he has wheels. So that's something that's very interesting in my case. So, Parth, we're not going to talk about whether or not Trubisky gets extended or anything, but this move might just possibly be because Nick Foles is injured. So do you think Mitchell Trubisky deserves to start the rest of the 2020 season, or do you think this is just a temporary move to see where Foles is at next week?
I guess it depends on how this game goes.
I think it's all going to be performance based.
Exactly. I think it should always be performance based. If Nick Foles is feeling fine, and if Trubisky completely does trash this game, I think Nick Foles deserves to come back in. But I think it can't get much worse. I think Nick Foles, with the offense with Nick Foles, looked really bad. The worst I've seen it ever. So I think Trubisky will definitely make it look better. And I think he'll be starting for the rest of the season, barring injury.
Yeah, it makes sense. I probably am going to go ahead and agree with you. I think this is probably going to be a permanent move. It's unfortunate for Foles. Things didn't pan out as they wanted to. But you know what? I like it for Mitch. We say revenge tour. Personally, I don't think that Mitchell Trubisky will return to Chicago, even as a backup, unless this team gets to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl. And we know how unlikely that is looking right now. But it's a chance for him to go out there and prove to another team that he's going to be out there and able to sign next year. I surely hope he does get another opportunity. Obviously, I hope things go well with him when he's back in, but it's going to be tough for me to believe that something like that is going to happen moving forward. Parth, obviously, there's been a lot of change for Matt Nagy this season. We saw him switch from Trubisky to Foles. We've seen him give up his play calling. Now he's rescinding his decision that he made in Week 3, whether or not it is due to an injury. Do you think that this shines a good light or possibly a bad light on Matt Nagy? Personally speaking, I think it shines a bad light on him. Foles was his guy that he brought in and thought was going to fix things. It didn't work out. And it was bad enough to where he had to go back to Trubisky, someone that everyone is starting to label a bust. So what type of light do you think this shines on Matt Nagy and his 2020 season in Chicago?
It definitely shines a bad light. His 2020 season has been really bad, and it keeps getting worse. He basically got benched himself. He's not the play caller no more, and he loses his guy Nick Foles with him, I guess, this time around. He benched Mitch, and now he's back in, so that definitely does not look good for Nagy, especially if Mitch plays well. That would look really bad for Matt Nagy if Mitch can play really well. Lead the team to the playoffs. I mean, I'm not saying he will, but if he can, that looks really bad for Matt Nagy because he made that move of benching Mitchell Trubisky. At that time, looked like a good move, but we all know it does not look that good now, and if it would look terrible if Trubisky can lead us to the playoffs.
Yeah, I got to go ahead and agree with you. It's a tough look for Nagy. It's been a tough 2020 season for him. I'm not sure what's looming for him later this season, but I sure hope if Trubisky's a starter for the rest of the season that Bill Lazor realizes that he has to play to his strengths, get him outside of the pocket, get him running. Trubisky historically has been a better player when he's throwing on the run, when he's throwing outside of the pocket, and I hope you can get his legs involved because that's very important. So a little bit shorter of a video, you guys, today, just hearing our initial reactions on Mitchell Trubisky being named the starter once again for Week 12. We've got another video coming up in just an hour, so be sure to stick around. Look forward to that as we kick off our Week 12 coverage, but thank you guys so much for tuning into episode number 96, I believe. Parth, is it 96 of Uncut?
Yeah. 96.
Yeah, we're getting far in this series, but if you guys want more content from us, head over to our website, bearddown.com. We're talking everything Bears every day of the week on there as well, posting columns, articles, and blogs to get you guys ready for the Week 12 game. If you would like to find us on social media, head over to Instagram and Twitter. We're the same tag on both, at Beared Down. We're announcing a giveaway probably within the next 24 hours that you guys are not going to want to miss, so be sure to go follow us on both of those platforms to find out how to enter. And finally, you can find the links to Parth and I's Instagrams and Twitters down in the description. Parth and I's, Parth and me's. But our social media, Parth and mine, I don't know. It's been a long day. But yeah. So that'll pretty much do it for us, guys. Parth Shaw, there's a lot going on your Instagram right now. Before we close this one out, any last words, and what will it take for you to change back to Trubisky Nation on Instagram?
If he can take us to the playoffs, I will change it back.
All right. So I think personally I would require a win in the playoffs.
Okay, but honestly, if I think if he gets us to the playoffs, I think he sticks around next year. Personally,
really, as a backup or as a starter, you think he sticks around as a backup?
I think he sticks around. I think he sticks around as a developmental. So I think he'll be as the start. He'll come in as a starter, and we'll draft someone early, and it'll be something like that.
All right. Well, should be interesting to see how this one plays out. It would be quite awkward if you change back to Trubisky Nation and then he left the team. So that would be quite interesting. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. It feels so good to be back on the grind. Our views have been down for a while, but I'm looking forward to a game this weekend. The Bears always fight it close with the Packers, so it should be a very good one. Once again, my name is Chris Malpe. It's been a pleasure to be your host. Bears fans, as always, do us a favor. Get ready for some revenge and stay safe and bear down. We'll see you guys later tonight in Meet the Opponents. Peace.